Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm bringing you a fantasy football mock draft. Now, that's a little different than the content I have been posting on this channel. I've been doing a lot of, NFL draftees, draft prospects, like I did Joe Burrow, Jordan Love, Justin Herbert, Tua Tagovailoa. I'm going to be coming out with a Jacob Eason video coming up soon. You can check all those out on the channel, and I appreciate all the love from you guys on those videos. But today I decided to switch it up. The draft's coming in 2 weeks. Why not do a little fantasy football before the draft and just see where these guys are going and see what kind of team we can put together. For this draft, I'm using Sleeper. Now, Sleeper is a website where they take the rankings, and it's not always that the next available goes, but the computer will take, will draft a player, and it's a lot faster than doing like the ESPN or the Yahoo mock drafts. And plus people on there are idiots and they take like Tim Tebow in the first round, and then your draft's all stupid after that. And they leave after like the first 3 rounds. They just want to see who they can get stars and then leave. So, let's get right into it. And real quick, I just want to say we're doing 1 quarterback, 2 receivers, 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 receivers, a tight end, flex, and just for time's sake, we're gonna do 3 bench spots. We don't need all these bench spots. Half of these guys probably aren't even gonna be, fantasy relevant in, half a season anyway, or after the draft. So, and we're gonna do a random pick for my team. So let's just see where we get. The 6th pick, I'm cool with that. So let's get right into it. Alrighty, we're back. Got it all figured out now. Everything's set up right. So with the 6th pick here, I like to go running back. And we already had Christian McCaffrey and Saquon go. And we lost Michael Thomas, DeAndre Hopkins, Tyreek Hill. Michael Thomas was still there. That probably means a lot of the other, receivers have gone, or running backs for that matter. So we probably would have took Michael Thomas there. But at number 6, I like to be safe here. And I think I'd like to go with Ezekiel Elliott. I think Zeke is just the safest player here. Alvin Kamara is very tempting, but hasn't really put it all together yet in the season. Truthfully, he hasn't really put it all together. Davante Adams is another good one. Julio is obviously always great, but lacks touchdowns. And Dalvin Cook is obviously super amazing, super good player, but hurt a lot. And I just think Ezekiel Elliott last year, never finished outside the top 24 running back, consistently safe, and that's what you really look for at the top of your draft, or at least what I look for, is I look for a guy who can consistently be consistent, and safe. And did Zeke never lost you a week? Maybe he didn't necessarily win you the week, but he never lost it, and I think that's why I'm going to go with him here at 1. So after Zeke went Alvin Kamara, Dalvin Cook, a lot of running backs. Nick Chubb, Julio, Davante Adams, Josh Jacobs, Aaron Jones, Leonard Fournette, Joe Mixon, Mike Evans, Derrick Henry, Travis Kelce, then our pick. Now, I don't like to do a tight end early. George Kittle's great, and I don't really like to take the quarterback early. Lamar, it's tempting maybe if he comes around in the 3rd round, but I just don't think that's the call I'm going to make here. I'm going to look at receiver and running back. There's not a lot of running backs that really intrigue me here. And we don't have a number 1. And I really love Chris Godwin. I think he can be another great player, especially with Tom Brady. But running back too. There's not a lot of good running backs here. But we already have our 1. So I think I'm going to look more to the receiver. And I think Chris Godwin's a safe pick. If it wasn't him, it'd be Kenny Golladay. But I love the Tom Brady factor so much and Chris Godwin's super good. And of course, Brady is. I think I might go Chris Godwin. That's going to be my pick. It was tempting. I really wanted to go with maybe like a Melvin or Kenny, but it's hard. It's hard to pass up on, a good receiver like Chris Godwin who balled out this year. Alrighty, so then after Chris Godwin went Patrick Mahomes, first quarterback off the board, which doesn't seem like it's going to be him. It seems like it's going to be Lamar Jackson, George Kittle, Melvin Gordon, Lamar Jackson, Kenny Golladay, Antonio Brown, who's not on the team and I don't think will be, Tyler Lockett, Amari Cooper, Keenan Allen, Cooper Kupp, and now back to us. Now, there's 2 ways we can really go. We could look at another tight end, Zach Ertz. I don't think this is the spot I'm going to take him. We could go running back or receiver, and we have 1 really good receiver left in Adam Thielen, and it seems like we kind of have 1 really good running back left in Todd Gurley. People might not love Todd Gurley, and I get it, but I like him a lot, and it's no Atlanta offense where he just got traded. I think, or cut. I'm not sure. I think traded, whatever. So, but in Atlanta now, I like him a lot, and I think he's still really good. I think the problem with the Rams was the offensive line got bad really quick, and there was just nothing for him to do. I don't think he's injured. I don't think it's anything. And I like Adam Thielen. He's the last great receiver here. I mean, we still have T.Y. and Allen Robinson, but Adam Thielen seems like the last trustable guy. I'm gonna go Adam Thielen here, and let's see if we can get some running backs later and see who we can who we can find, because we might still be able to get a guy in the next round like a Devin Singletary or Austin Eckler, Mark Ingram, Marlon Mack. There's these guys that are still pretty good that we might be able to get on the back turn. We do have a long way to go, but I'm willing to risk it to get a good player like Adam Thielen now. So we had Devin Singletary, that kind of killed that. Miles Sanders, Todd Gurley, Devonta Freeman, who's not on the team, DJ Chark, Le'Veon Bell, Chris Carson, Deebo Samuel, Tyler Boyd, Kerryon Johnson, Allen Robinson, and David Johnson. Now we're kind of in a tough spot here where we could look at tight end. Still have Zach Ertz getting in the 4th round. I mean, that's a great pick. Still have Calvin Ridley and T.Y. Hilton, Robert Woods, a lot of good receivers, but we really do need that running back, and we don't have a lot of time to wait because a lot of the good guys are starting to, we're starting to run out, to be honest. We're starting to run out of real startable guys. I mean, Austin Eckler, James Conner, Mark Ingram, Marlon Mack, and I think I'm going to go Austin Eckler here. I trust him being the main guy, and this is before they drafted anybody, if they end up doing that. So I think I trust Austin Eckler enough to draft him. I mean, he's a beast in the passing game. It is Tyrod Taylor / rookie quarterback, which could be a little dangerous, but I mean that could just be more work for him in the end. Mark Ingram's tempting as well. I mean, it was over 1,000 yards last year, double-digit touchdowns. I mean, I think he had like 15 total. And Marlon Mack is another good guy. Had over 1,000. I think he had 1,100 rushing yards last year in 14 games. A lot, not a great pass catcher, but that's tempting. And Kenyon Drake too, another great year. Or I shouldn't say another. I mean, had a great year after replacing David Johnson at Arizona. I mean, he really stepped up, and it looks like he's going to be the main guy there after they just paid him. But I think I'm going to go Austin Eckler. So after Austin Eckler, we got Calvin Ridley, T.Y. Hilton, Deshaun Watson, Michael Gallup, Zach Ertz, who I was really hoping would fall to me, Zach Ertz, just because he's super good, and he's probably the best tight end that would have been left, obviously, and he's the last elite guy, in my opinion. So James Conner, Marlon Mack, Robert Woods, Russell Wilson, and Mark Ingram. Now we're in a kind of a tough pickle here. I don't really want to go quarterback because none of these guys, I mean, Kyler Murray's really good and Aaron Rodgers, but I think we need to stack up at other positions first. DK Metcalf is very tempting, and that might be my pick. And maybe go with another running back because we seem pretty good with Chris Godwin and Adam Thielen. Those guys seem safe. My running backs, Ezekiel Elliott, safe. Second RB though, Austin Eckler. More risky, we don't know what could happen. This could have been a 1-year thing with him, catching all those passes, and who knows if he's actually a great running back. So maybe we'll go with Kenyon Drake here. I think we're going to go Kenyon Drake as the last pretty much startable running back and see what falls to us on the way back on that turn. In this spot too, if Mark Andrews didn't come off the board, he might have been a guy where I looked. I tend to take quarterbacks and tight ends later unless they're an absolute steal. Unless one of those top 3 guys was still there, I probably would have taken one of them. But and what hurts too is Cortland Sutton not falling back. I think him or Brandon Cooks would have been my perfect guy here. And here's another tough one. I battled this in the last mock draft I just did that didn't record well. Man, but Odell Beckham or Juju are very tempting here. And another running back, there's not really any guys I'm eyeing. So we're going to just skip on running back for right now. Man. I think I would go Odell Beckham. Now, Will Fuller's hurt all the time, so I don't even want to deal with him. He could be the greatest player. I just don't want to deal with it. Marquise Brown's really good. I just don't think Lamar Jackson's a good enough passer to really have a lot of fantasy options at receiver. I mean, you saw Mark Andrews was pretty much his main guy last year, and that was red zone touchdowns. Juju, super good talent. We know this, but last year he struggled. He was hurt. Mason Rudolph is his quarterback, and Buck Hodges, whatever. I said Duck Hodges. And Terry McLaurin's pretty good too, but up and down. Who knows if Dwayne Haskins is good enough yet? And N'Keal Harry, I mean, good receiver, but we don't know. With Jared Stidham there. So I think I'm going to go with Odell Beckham and just take the shot that he bounces back after a not terrible year, but it was very consistent, a very disappointing year for him. And let's hope that he bounces back. So Odell Beckham, Lamar Miller, Darius Geis, Evan Ingram, Will Fuller, Kareem Hunt, Aaron Rodgers, David Johnson, Jonathan Taylor, who's I think our first rookie taken, I believe. I believe so. He's our first rookie taken. Hunter Henry. And up to us again. I mean, we could go another running back and see what we can find. Or we could look at tight end. I mean, Austin Hooper is another good weapon there. I mean, he could be, he's the biggest or highest paid tight end in the entire NFL. But I think I'm going to wait. This is tempting because I do like, not Austin Hooper. I think I like Darren Waller more. And I'm not sure if he'll come back. And I usually wait on tight end and quarterback. This is tough. I think we need to go another running back, though, because we're running out quick. And we already have, we do have 3 with Zeke, Austin Eckler, and Kenyon Drake. And we have 3. You know what? Let's look at tight end. Let's go. I'm going to go Darren Waller here. I trust him more than I would trust Austin Hooper. We've seen the big tight end get paid, and I don't know, man. It's just not. I don't think Austin Hooper's an amazing player. You statistics, whatever. I think Darren Waller is better. I just think he's a good player. And we had our second rookie come off the board with Jerry Jeudy. Very surprising this early. Of course, in real life, we don't know where he's getting drafted or what draft spot he's at. But so let's look. Let's look here. Let's look at running backs. I think we need probably one more guy just to solidify it. There's nobody really here catching my eye. So actually, let's wait. Let's wait a little bit. At receiver. Now let's look at receivers. We do have CeeDee Lamb, rookie. Supposed to be really good, of course, but we don't have a team yet. And I don't really want to just draft these guys just to say, well, he'd be really good here. Let's look at guys that are actually on teams. I mean, Mike Williams is a tough one because we don't know the quarterback situation. Is it Tyrod Taylor? Is it going to be Cam Newton? Maybe. Is it going to be, are they going to trade for somebody like Andy Dalton or something crazy? Who knows? Are they going to draft a rookie? I think they would probably go Justin Herbert in the draft this year. So I think Mike Williams might be out for me right now. Devontae Parker is another good receiver. I mean, he bounced back after a pretty much disappointing, career and had a really good year last year. And I worry that's another Ryan Fitzpatrick just kind of fluke. And I think that might be a Tua situation where Tua comes in and who knows if he's good. Julian Edelman's another tempting guy, but Jared Stidham, I don't know if that's who I really want to trust. John Brown is probably another guy who I like a lot. I think John Brown and Marvin Jones are 2 guys I'm going to look at here. I think I'm going to take John Brown. I mean, had over 1,100 yards last year. Josh Allen, I mean, of course, Stephon Diggs is there, but Josh Brown, is a really good player. And so is Josh Allen. I mean, a little inconsistent, but he's a good player. Alrighty, so we're in the 9th round. I think it's time to start looking at a quarterback. Here they have Tom Brady going in let's see, what do they have him at? Pick 136. I don't know what pick we're on right now, but I mean, we're only in the 9th round, so definitely not there yet. And there's still a lot of good quarterbacks left, so let's wait another round and let's look at running backs. So you probably need another guy just to solidify once again, like I said. J.K. Dobbins is interesting here, but he's not on a team, so I don't want to take him yet. So right now, I'm not looking for backups. I'm looking for starters. And I think James White might be a guy that's interesting. How much is his role going to get decreased with no Brady? That's a valid question. Darrell Henderson does step in as the Rams starter. Alexander Mattison is a backup, but he plays a lot. I don't know. I mean, this is where it gets hard because you don't know who to really even take. And this is where I don't like taking Darren Waller because since I took Darren Waller, I lost out on starting running backs and starting receivers where I could have taken a tight end, I could have downgraded with maybe like a Dallas Goedert or OJ Howard, I don't have another receiver to get. And I don't want to take Curtis Samuel because of Robbie Anderson being there. There's a lot of guys with crowded, groups, or, like receiver cores or running back, depth charts. It's really crowded a lot of places. Here, I'm going to go with, I think I'm just going to take a shot on another receiver, maybe. Yeah, I'll go another running back. I think I'm going to go just James White. It is half PPR, and I don't know if I like any of these guys a lot. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to go James White and hope for the pass catching to be, a fantasy flex, because that's what he's really made for. Alrighty, so had a lot of people go. And let's see who's left. So, now let's look at quarterback again. Not a lot went that round. we had Baker. Actually pretty decent. We had Cam, who's not on a team, Baker, Jimmy Garoppolo, and Kirk Cousins. We could probably wait one more round and then get one. We only have 2 more rounds. Here, I'm just going to go to all, and I'm just going to look. I think Alexander Madison's a good pick. Let's just take him. He's another guy to where if Dalvin Cook does get hurt, he steps right in. He's a starter, automatic starter. And that happens with Dalvin Cook, and now I just think it's a good pick to, take another quarterback. We'll take a quarterback because it is our last round. And I think I'm going to go down and I'm going to get Tom Brady. Now, the reason I took Tom Brady was Matt Stafford is a pretty good player, of course, but he gets hurt, and I do like Matt Stafford a lot. And the other guys that were still there, Jared Goff got taken, and I only did 3 bench spots, but these guys would have gotten taken. Drew Brees is another guy who I probably would have taken over Jared Goff, or I forget who else was there. Was it Jimmy G? No, Jimmy G got taken. But, so looking at our roster, we got Tom Brady at our starter, Ezekiel Elliott, Austin Eckler with studs at receiver. Chris Godwin, Adam Thielen, and if Odell Beckham bounces back to being a top, even 12 receiver, he's a stud. That solidifies our team to be great. Then we have Darren Waller and Kenyon Drake at our flex, and our bench was John Brown, James White, Alexander Madison. There's no point, like I said, in going super deep at bench right now because who knows where, any of these guys get moved to after the NFL draft, what happens in 2 weeks, So, I don't know. So that was our team, and here's our big draft board, just if you want to look at where everyone went. But yeah, that was it. I really want to thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I think our team turned out pretty good. I would have liked to maybe get another running back. I should have probably went for another running back instead of Thielen, but I thought he was too good to pass on. Running backs are hard to find. It's not, receivers are pretty easy, or I should say pretty easy, but they're easier to find later in the draft, free agency. Guys come out of nowhere. Running back's a little different. So, but yeah, I like, I like our team a lot. And I think our team's probably the best one in the league. You see the second team here. They didn't even draft a running back until Marlon Mack and David Johnson, which is super risky. This is another pretty good team here. But like we said, Jonathan Taylor, we don't know what team he's on. This is a good team, but there's no running backs. Same here. So, whatever. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate all the love you guys have given me on the videos. The scouting reports have done great with views and likes and comments, and I really appreciate it. But hey, feel free to comment down below, or follow me on Twitter at EvankTheTank. But comment below. I love the YouTube space, the community, to really find people's opinions and hear them and give my feedback on what I want to say and what I think. Because, maybe I don't answer your question or really hit the spots you want me to in the video, and you want to ask me questions, I'm so down for it. So I want to thank you guys so much for listening. Please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And I'll see you guys next time. And, oh, by the way, Jacob Easton video, scouting report is coming. And I'm going to try to do another quarterback or 2 before the draft. It is 2 weeks away, so we might do some other videos, but we'll see. But once again, I want to thank you guys so much for listening, and I'll see you guys next time. I appreciate it.